Hello, everybody. This is José Ignacio from the Uncomfortable Dialogues 2022.
For today's dialogue, I am honored to have a fascinating, compassionate, emphatic leader, Jorge Montes. Jorge does not just believe in diversity and inclusivity, he lives it. Jorge is the principal of Montes Associates, a unique Chicago law firm that offers value-added legal services in multiple areas from local, national, and international level. For 5 consecutive years, Jorge was also the chairman of the Illinois Prisoner Review Board, and he sat on the parole board for a total of 16 years. Given his unparalleled experience in clemency matters, Jorge is a frequent national Telemundo and Univision webcast invited expert. So, with any further ado, welcome to our Uncomfortable Dialogue 2022. How are you doing, Jorge?
Thank you very much, José Ignacio. I'm so delighted to be with you in this program.
Jorge, I'm really glad that everybody is safe and healthy at home. Thank you. So now let's get directly into today's subject. It is widely known that long-standing inequalities between rich and poor, old and young, men and women have been exacerbated as COVID-19 impact was felt unevenly around the world. So what do you think about this? And importantly, as a well-known leader in America, what have you done?
José Ignacio, so I've heard in the news that during the pandemic, the number of billionaires has multiplied, and that there are billionaires that are making $15,000 a minute and counting. And there we see this increased polarization between the rich and the poor. And as you've said, there's been polarizations in just about every area of life during the pandemic. What have we contributed? Well, I mean, to the extent that we can as a law firm, a small law firm in Chicago, contribute, perhaps I could say that reaching out to help people who are looking for a second chance, which is a lot of what we do in the work area of clemency that we do nationally. We've done cases in Arizona, we have cases in California, and we're, of course, mostly doing work in Illinois, but being able to open the doors for a lot of people. And I'll give you an example. We've had two of these, two women, Mexican women, one in California, one here in Illinois. 20 years ago, they were in a very bad situation and they succumbed to shoplifting. And both of them did very minor shoplifting. Each one had 2 cases of shoplifting at department stores. They were arrested. Now they become residents, legal residents. And particularly during the last presidency, they were very vulnerable to the possibility of being deported. So they came to me and I was able to work with them so that they could get their cases not only pardoned by the governor, but also we're now working to expunge them, so which means to completely erase them or eliminate them. So to give people like that a second chance so they don't get deported, or so that they could advance in their careers in the United States, is my form of adding just a little grain of sand, just a little contribution to leveling those polarized situations.
Now, since not everybody is an expert about law, can you give us a brief definition about what is clemency?
So clemency is an umbrella term, and there is the power that the president of the United States has to grant clemency, and each governor in the state of Illinois, in the country, has the power to grant clemency as well, pursuant to the state constitution, or the president pursuant to the United States Constitution. And clemency encompasses various forms of relief from the collateral consequences of crime, meaning because one committed a crime, now you can't get either, maybe in some place you can't vote, you can't get a license, you can't progress at your job, you're going to get deported, etc. Those are the consequences of a crime. Clemency could be a pardon, which means a total forgiveness by the governor or the president for what you did. Clemency could include expungement, which means to completely eliminate your criminal record. And for those that are incarcerated, clemency could also encompass commutation.
Okay. But this is not just a matter of I need to be nice and you need to be very empathetic. So there needs to be some rules to apply clemency. Am I right?
Yes, and interesting enough, those rules generally are not written anywhere. So with my 16 years of experience on the parole board, that gives me a certain amount of expertise to understand what is it that the governor would usually want to see from somebody in order for that governor to be moved to grant somebody clemency, which is a very big to do. It's a big deal. And governors and presidents are very stingy with these forms of relief. They're very bad about giving out these forms, but they do. And I have set myself up in such a way that we've been able to help people.
Jorge, now going back to the crisis. So as you are facing a crisis like the one we are right now in our hands, so what are the leadership things that you are doing much better now than you were doing before the crisis?
So, Jose Ignacio, before the crisis, I don't think we were as versatile. We weren't as flexible. And today we could do that. So, for instance, I had to spend almost a month in Mexico City last summer for various personal reasons. We had to be down there for almost my wife more than a month, me a month. And I was able to take my work to Mexico City, and I was able to do all my police board meetings. Probably the first time that anybody's ever joined a police board meeting from Mexico City. And I was able to do my interviews with inmates who are looking for clemency. And I was able to take care of most of my business clients from Mexico City, all through computers and phones. And I found out under these circumstances, we could be just almost as productive. Never exactly the same. Never. I mean, you can't take away the human element, the touch, the seeing person face to face. You can't take that element away. It's not the same thing, but you could still do business under those difficult circumstances.
Yeah, you can get even closer to this. Jorge, I know that you are a very busy lawyer and you have probably many things to fix today and even next week. So I don't want to take any more of your time. But I have one final question for you before I let you go. So what is going to be your legacy?
Jose Ignacio, when I started out, I had the stereotypical application for law school where I had the idealist type notions of saving the world and making a difference in our Latino community and making an impact and being able to show everybody that you come from an immigrant, poor background and do something with yourself, but not just be satisfied with becoming well-to-do, but being able to give back to the community. So as you know me, I've not only been pursuing professional interests and growing my business, but I've always been about what else can I do to return something to the community. And I've served on boards and I served on clinic boards a lot of time to make a difference in our community. And it takes a lot of people like that to really be able to transform our minority communities, particularly the Latino community that needs a lot of role models and needs a lot of people with a sense of noblesse oblige, giving back to the community.
Jorge, as always, it's so energizing talking to you because you are a man of actions and you put your actions and your words together. So thank you very much for the time.
You're welcome.
For everybody that's watching this webcast, if you happen to have any question to Jorge or to myself, just write it down here in LinkedIn and YouTube and we'll get back to you.